What's up, Shacklz gang? This is Jaleel Shacklz, your advice guru, giving you relationship advice, general advice, and spreading love and positivity. I post YouTube videos every Monday through Thursday, so be sure to leave a comment in the section below so that we can have a great conversation and possibly make a future video. Today's video is how you could cause your girl to lose herself. This is one of the worst things that you could possibly do because as you start to realize who she once was, once she starts losing herself, the anger redirects to you. So to prevent this, watch this video, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you receive my uploads. So the first way that would happen is if you try to eliminate all of her friends. Of course, she's dedicated to you. She chose you to be with. But her friends are people who helped influence her abilities to be who she is. And a lot of times, those friends are the same ones that encouraged her to get in a relationship with you. So when you take the approach to actually eliminate the friends, you eliminate a piece of who she is, and then she starts thinking to herself, well, did I choose the right guy? Because my friends like him for who he is, but now he doesn't like my friends, or more so, he's trying to get rid of them. And whenever I talk to my friends, and it has to do with his name, they don't like him because he tried to separate the friendship. And even more so, this puts you in an even worse position and makes her start resenting you because you caused her to change her life dramatically. The second way you could cause her to lose herself is if you don't realize the situations that she's going through. She might have problems and issues that she wants to talk to you about. And of course, a lot of the times we don't necessarily want to listen. But you should pay attention because sometimes there's key things that will make her feel that she's not good enough or she's inadequate, whether that's being with you or being with friends or meeting people. And it makes her feel uncomfortable because they either don't notice her or they don't treat her a certain way that they should. Maybe the friendship has changed once she got into a relationship and she's not used to that. She thought that her friends would still treat her the same. So she's missing a part of that. So you really want to listen and tune into what she's saying because she feels close enough to tell you her problems and what's going on with her. At the same time, it would actually make her happier and know that you support her and her ideas if you're listening and knowing what things you should say and things that you just have to be straight out honest about what's going on. The third way that she could actually lose herself, which you don't really want to happen, is if you try to change her completely, and that will totally obliterate her. Like, girls will make sacrifices to fit your needs and customs and will make sacrifices. But equally just the same, you have to make sacrifices as well. When you start trying to change her, you start putting this box around her and parameters of what she can and cannot do. When you initially got in a relationship, more than likely, when she got with you, it was a great vibe. She felt that you accepted her just for her. But then when you start changing too much, like, change is not necessarily a bad thing, but when you change the entire dynamic of who she is, it causes her to lose herself. And she feels that you don't trust her. She feels like she's not good enough. And then she starts sulking within herself. And then she feels uncomfortable. And then she starts putting out anger towards you that you never really realized was there. It just automatically seems like everything is an issue, everything is a problem, and you may not know why. And that's because she is losing herself and doesn't know how to handle it. So she handles it in anger and takes it out on you, unfortunately, because you were the one who had her within this box. So you need to understand her and take her out of that box and allow her to just be herself. You could definitely tell her the boundaries that she should set with friends, but don't actually completely eliminate it. You could tell her what she needs to change, but don't expect her to change her whole personality. For example, if you met her in the club and you know she's partying and having fun, a lot of the times girls are enjoying their singleness or they're enjoying their partying. So when you shut that down completely and expect her to be a housewife, she's like, no, now you're just taking over my whole life. And then you become a problem versus her seeing it as, oh yeah, you know, this guy really wants to spend time with me. We want to be together. If you put yourself in a situation where you're taking her directly away from who she is and what she has to offer, then she will not respect you, she will not change, she will put a lot of anger towards you. So always remind your girl that she's beautiful, she's wonderful, that you are willing to listen. Maybe there may be times where it's better to talk to you than others. Like if you're watching a game or something like that, just tell her to talk to you later and you'll be more than willing to listen. Or listen to a bit of it and then go straight to the game. But ultimately, you want to have that mutual respect where she's not necessarily trying to change you and you're not necessarily trying to change her and force her to make sacrifices that she's not willing to make. And when she vocalizes that she's not willing to make those, respect it, but at the same time, let her know that she needs to have boundaries. Because sometimes in relationships, she's so used to having the friendships, she's not used to setting boundaries with people, even though it makes you feel uncomfortable. So you have to vocalize that you feel uncomfortable in those circumstances and those situations. So make sure your girl knows who she is, and everything will still be smooth sailing. You take pieces at a time. You don't just abruptly do everything at once. Take it step by step and see how far she's willing to go. At the same time, be respectful if she has her limit points. Allow her to see her friends because that's who she grew up with. That's the people that encouraged her to get with you in the first place. And you always want a good person behind you, because say you guys have an argument and she goes to that friend particularly for advice. That friend may be on your side and persuading her to work things out. But if you cancel that friend out, that friend is going to resent you and it's going to be like, nah, you should break up with that fool. You're right. He is an asshole. He is the person that you describe. Because obviously they're trying to get rid of my friendship, and obviously I can't have that. So you have to be really mindful of what you're setting yourself up with. This is Jaleel, Shacklz, your advice guru. You guys have an amazing day. Tune into my video tomorrow. Greatly appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Jaleel, Shacklz, Doices.